It is the women's collegiate second varsity B heat, and we're looking at 6 crews in this group: Virginia, UCLA, Texas, Sacramento State, Miami, and San Diego State University. Well, right now we're getting ready for event number 23, and taking us down to the start line to give us the color and excitement of the start, Jim Jorgensen. Jim?
This is event number 23, Women's Collegiate Second Varsity 8, Heat B, Lane 1, University of Virginia, Lane 2, UCLA, Lane 3, University of Texas, Lane 4, Sacramento State, Lane 5, University of Miami, Lane 6, San Diego State University. All the bow person's hands are down. We're about a minute away from the start. The starter will pull the crews from lane 1 to lane 6. We'll say attention and then go. The wind has shifted pretty dramatically, but it's still relatively calm here on the stake boat, so there's not much sculling going on. But once they get out about 300 meters, then that crosswind enters in to the coxswain's seamanship and getting down the course.
Virginia.
San Diego State here.
UCLA.
Great anticipation. Blades
Texas.
become square.
Sacramento State.
Bow person in San Diego State raises her hand. You see them sculling the bow up a little bit.
Attention.
Attention.
Go.
And we have a start. Event number 23, Women's Collegiate Second Varsity 8, Heat B. Sun comes out a little bit, warms things up. Everybody's away cleanly. Early race leader appears to be UCLA in lane 2. And University of Virginia battles right with them. University of Texas is in that 4th position, with Sacramento State owning 3rd. University of Miami is not going away in terms of being on the leader. San Diego State off the pace just a little bit. But as we approach 250 meters into this race, it's now UCLA, your race leader, by about 4 seats over University of Virginia. And then it's Miami in lane 5 having that 3rd spot, followed by Sacramento State, then the Longhorns from Texas in lane 3. San Diego State Aztecs trail in lane number 6. We're sitting here looking across the course now. Things very fair, although the wind has shifted dramatically more westerly. UCLA is trying to push to a bow to stern advantage over University of Virginia, who sits to their port in lane number 1. So hear the coxswain calling for a 10 here as we approach the 500 meter mark. But it's still the Bruins from UCLA, your race leader in lane 2, followed by University of Virginia in that 2nd spot. Then it's Miami, and then a very close race for 4th and 5th with San Diego State trailing. That's the call at 600 meters.
Let's go get that bow ball. Okay,
Well, this is race number 23, the Women's Collegiate Second Varsity B. And in lane number 1, Virginia battling for the lead. In second lane, in 1st position, is UCLA, followed by Texas in 3rd. And we're listening to the Miami coxswain screaming at her crew there. It is Sacramento State in lane 4, Miami, the Mike coxswain, in lane number 5, and San Diego State University in lane 6. And as I understand it, we'll get the Jumbotron going as soon as we find out the concern and the problem there. As the crews come down, Patty may comment on the comments that Jim Jorgensen made about sculling to the bow after we listen to the Miami coxswain for a few minutes.
Ready for that 900 move here, ladies. Driving up. I'm still at bow deck of Texas. Let's move up on them, ladies. Middle of bow deck. At that 900, I want us to walk away from them. You are so much better than them. You are going to walk away. Here we go, getting ready for it. Lock on and squeeze up. Squeeze, there we go. Into, we take that 10, that's 1, 2, take that 10 right now! Here we go!
There you go, the coxswain acting as a cheerleader, a taskmaster, and a coach in the boat, inspiring them and driving them. Yes, on these
10,
starts.
ladies, okay, you're at their 2 seat. Don't let them up here, this is yours. And 2, we take 10, that's 1, 2, 10 right here. 1, 2, there you go. Send it away. 4, drive it out. 6, send it away. You're middle of bow deck now. 9 and 10, there you go, ladies. Right in the middle of that third 500. And 2, we're taking 5 for our bow pair, Aaron and Courtney, right here. That's 1, 2. This is for our bow pair. Push it for them, ladies. Here we go. Courtney and Aaron right here. 3, 4, nicely done. And 5. There we go. Driving it through now. Okay, this one's for Nicola and Meister. Here we go, Nicola. This is for your brother.
She's
Let's
got
go.
me
5
inspired.
right
I'm
here.
ready to take a
Push
10.
it for them, ladies.
Going
1,
back to the race, I know the
2, let's
Jumbotrons
go.
out, so just to
Don't
get
let
those of
them
you
up
who
here.
are watching
4,
and waiting, we do have a heck of a
and
race
5,
going on here between Virginia and UCLA. Virginia has stepped up the rating and they've pulled the race back to UCLA. It's hard to tell at this angle because the coxswains are aiming in slightly different directions. Virginia took a little bit of a bobble there, but I think that Virginia may have just edged out into a slight lead. I'm just looking as they come through the bows. It is very close. They certainly have pulled out on the field. Lane 5 out there, Miami is certainly in the race for third place, but the real race right here is between UCLA and Virginia.
It is Virginia along lane number 1 and UCLA in lane number 2 fighting it out, with Virginia currently having a slight advantage. Certainly all of the egging on by the Miami coxswain has worked to the extent that they have slid into third position, but suddenly they are being challenged a little bit on the inside by Texas. Then comes Sacramento State and San Diego State University. We're still listening to the Miami coxswain continue to edge her crew on as Virginia is continuing to battle UCLA for the lead on open water above Miami, and then back of Miami, Texas is beginning to challenge, as is Sacramento State and the San Diego State University. This is Virginia along the shoreline as they continue to hang on. UCLA made a good run at them right about the 500-meter mark to go in this race, and Virginia has fought it back. On the far outside, Miami is now being challenged on the inside by Texas, and Sac State beginning to close some ground. San Diego State is trailing. This is Virginia with a 5-seat lead over UCLA. Virginia in lane number 1 and in position number 1. UCLA in lane number 2, followed by open water back to Miami. But Texas is beginning to make a move on Miami, with Sacramento State is in between. Virginia on the lead, UCLA, and you can hear the competitiveness of the Miami coxswain as she tries to get her crew going to battle off Texas, but Texas moves slightly ahead, followed by Miami. But here comes Sacramento State through the middle. At our finish, Virginia, UCLA 1-2, but open water back to an interesting battle here between Texas on the shoreline side, in the middle, Sacramento State, and Miami on the outside. It is Miami is 5, and Texas is, Sacramento State is 4, and dead heat right there, almost nose to nose between Miami, Sacramento State, and Texas. Let's take another look at it as they come barreling down to the finish line. The crew that is going to be closest to the screen perspective on the near side is going to be.
Wow, that is so close to call. I would say the only thing I could say about that is that Miami might have finished just a little bit off the pace.
Boy, it's whoever came on the stroke there at the very last second. It looks like maybe Sacramento State snuck in there with Texas and Miami trailing. But we will wait for the official word. You can check it on the scoreboard posting here at the San Diego Crew Classic, or you can go to @twitter.crewclassic.org, or you can go on to crewclassic.org/results to find out the official results, because that